Hello everyone. I, Dr. Pritika Bahad from Department of Artificial Intelligence and Data Science, welcome you all to Prestige Institute of Engineering Management and Research online lecture series. In today's session, as a part of AD-801 Big Data course, we are going to discuss about types of big data. The lecture objective includes to understand different types of big data, to classify big data on the basis of sources and formats, to explore structured, semi-structured and unstructured data, and to discuss about real-world applications of big data. So let's start with what is big data. Big data refers to massive volume of data that cannot be efficiently processed using traditional database softwares. There are three V's associated with big data, that is volume, variety and velocity. As discussed in our previous session, four V's are also associated with big data as characteristics, and these are volume, variety, velocity and veracity. The real world example includes a Netflix situation in which Netflix collects data on what you watch, pause, or skip. The data is used to recommend shows tailored to your preference. That's what the big data in action. Let's classify big data on the basis of the sources from where they are captured. So, on the basis of the data sources, it may be the data is generated from persons, process, or machines. On the basis of data formats, like the data may be text, image, video, or logs, that is, it may be structured, unstructured, or semi structured. Big data can be classified on the basis of processing rate as batch versus real time. So let's start the discussion on the classification of big data on the basis of the source from which they are generated. There are three major categories on the basis of source, which are human sourced data, likewise the data that is generated from social network, process mediated data, that is the data that is generated from traditional business systems, and machine generated data, that is data generated from internet of things or digital devices. If we consider human source data, it is the data that is generated by human interaction. Example includes the data that is posted on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. In terms of videos, it may be YouTube videos, TikTok videos, blogs, or text messages. At the same time, when we are searching on internet, the log data is also considered as human source data. The challenge with human source data is it is highly unstructured and difficult to analyze. The next set of data that is generated is from traditional business systems. The generated data is having a standard structure and well governed. Likewise, if we consider the banking transactions, credit card records, or the medical reports, they follow a standard format. The third category on the basis of which we can consider on the basis of source is machine generated data. The generated data is from different sources. It may be weather stations, it may be generated from smart home devices, CCTV or webcams. The problem with machine generated data is again it is voluminous in nature, and important point is as it is streaming data, we need high processing power, that is to be real time processing of this data. On the basis of structure, whether the data that we are collecting is having proper format or not, big data can be classified in three categories as structured data, semi-structured data or unstructured data. The structured data is having a well organized format or schema with it. For example, structured query language data follows a specific schema. At the same time, the Excel sheets have a specific format. Example includes customer record or employee database is having a fixed format. The other category is semi-structured data. Semi-structured doesn't have a rigid structure. It contains structured as well as unstructured data. Likewise, if we consider XML format and JSON format, emails are also considered as semi-structured data. Now coming to unstructured data, the data that doesn't have any schema defined. For example, text, heavy images, videos and social media posts. They doesn't have any specific format. So the key takeaways are big data can be classified on the basis of the source from which they are generated, the data formats and the processing rates. The three major categories on the basis of source are human source data, process mediated data, and machine generated data. On the basis of the data format, big data can be classified as structured, semi-structured, or unstructured data. On the basis of processing rate, we can have batch process data or real-time data. And the real world application where we are going to generate real big data includes social media, finance, healthcare, and smart cities. For further reading, you can refer the references. In the next section, we will discuss about traditional versus big data. Thank you all.